Okay. I've calmed down. So, I really hope somebody's out there watching this. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been worth making it. I just decided to do like a whole bunch of them tonight because they take forever to upload. And a friend of mine, Sean, in South Carolina, I met her when I was living in Maryland with my sister, Denise. And anyway, she lives in South Carolina now, and she's taking some classes to get a business degree, but she chose an elective, which is film. And I've always loved the theater, movies, Broadway, all that kind of stuff. And, just about, every genre, every era. And she recently got engaged. So happy for her. She's a wonderful person. And she was saying how she didn't have time to get all this stuff done, and I was like, oh, what class is it? And she said film. And I go, oh, what film are you doing? And she said, oh, Angels with Dirty Faces. And I was like, oh my God, it's one of my all-time favorite movies, because James Cagney is he is one of my favorite actors of all time. I love James Cagney. And so I said, well, I'll go ahead and write it for you. I said, I've seen it like 3 times, and it's not familiar ground for me. It's something I'm interested in, and God knows I don't get out and do anything. So I went ahead and wrote it for her, and so she said the teacher will never believe that the person that wrote that did her other work. So we decided I'd do all of her reports. It's just an elective, and it's something I already know about. So that was another reason why I wanted to do a whole bunch of these, because the next one is Citizen Kane. So I really I want to put some time aside just for that, because it's such an important film and there's so much to say about it. So I can just upload a whole bunch of these tonight and focus on that other thing. I was going to try to go out today. I wanted to go to Best Buy. I had a couple questions for Geek Squad, and I wanted to get a couple things, but yeah, it didn't happen. You can never count on it when you're going to have a good day. My girlfriend Pam, the only 2 friends I have in the state of New Mexico is my girlfriend Pam and her boyfriend Gerald. And she invited me to go to lunch with her on Friday, and I've been dying for some Indian food, and my mom doesn't like it. And so the only time I really get to eat it is when I go out with Pam. So we have tentative plans to go out to lunch on Friday, so I'm going to try to get out of the house and go do that. I have 2 gift cards for LL Bean. And I know I could use it at the catalog, but I didn't see anything in the catalog I really wanted. I want to go to the store. I mean, it's not really cool having your mom pick out your clothes for you because you can't go to the store and get them. She bought me this shirt. It was like Kelly green and white striped. It's horrible. I'm sure I'll never wear it. But that's what you get for not being able to get out of the house and do stuff for yourself. So I guess I gave you most of the backstory there of the last 3.5 years. I started seeing Dr. Hauser, my new psychiatrist, in October. It's kind of like a program now. It's better. I see my therapist once or twice a month. I see Dr. Hauser, my psychiatrist, once a month. And like I said earlier, hopefully I'll be getting involved in some group programs. you know, and they monitor your medications. It's really good. I wish so bad. Well, they actually weren't even there 3.5 years ago when this all happened, but they've the the facility where I go. It's like 1 mile from my house, and it's only been there for it's less than a year that it's been there. But I wish I'd found something like it anyway back when all this first happened. You know what is laughable is when I was first diagnosed and I was, letting my family know what was going on, and there was some of them, they're like, "Oh, I've always known that you were bipolar." Like, I don't remember you ever telling me. Well, who could talk to you? No one could tell you anything. I don't recall you ever trying. And then there's the ones that are really insensitive, and they're like, "Oh, it's all in your head," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is all in my head. It's a mental illness." And they'll say, "Well, just do it." Like it's a Nike commercial. Just do it. Just just choose happiness. And then they just avoid me like the plague. But I've learned that when I talk to them, that I just don't. I do my best to not bring it up. Even though they say, "Oh, how are you doing?" And I'm just like, "Well, I'm fine." I try not to talk about it because I know they don't really care. Because when I do, on those rare occasions where I'm like, "Well, oh, actually, I was doing really good," and then I kind of started to backslide a little, and then they cut me off, and they're like, "Oh, well, oh, my son is, on the football team," or they're obviously not listening and they're not interested. I've been experiencing that a lot lately, though. I'll be talking to my mom, and she's trying to walk away while I'm talking to her. The last time I went out to my therapist, we did stop at a store on the way, and I had a question for someone, and I was in the middle of asking them the question, and they literally were walking away from me while I was talking to them. I get to the point where I start to feel like, maybe I am a figment. I'm a figment of my own imagination. They're walking away because I'm not here. I pulled out some pictures. I thought I could show you some pictures of things that I'm cheerful about. I've been so down. Sorry. It's Stevie Wonder playing in the background, by the way. I really love Stevie. I'm from Motown, after all. I only lived a couple of miles from Hitsville, USA. Used to drive past it all the time. Alright, well, I'm almost at 9 minutes, so I'm going to start a new tape. And I'm sorry I jump around so much. But if you guys have anything you want to know, or a topic that you'd like me to talk about, please let me know. Because I really want to reach out to people. I really want to connect with people. And if these videos aren't interesting to you, if they're boring or they're bringing you down, then that's kind of going to defeat the whole purpose. So give me some feedback. That'd be great.